want to start another session in linear equation, and this other aspect of it is the part 2 of linear equation, and this is called equation with brackets. Yes, equation with brackets. You can be given an equation whereby we have 1 bracket, 2 brackets, 3 brackets, just like that. All right. So we want to start solving problems with equation. Guys, what are the things I should know about equations with brackets? Now, these questions come with bracket. All right. Yes, equations with brackets will always come with brackets. So what do I do when I am given equations with bracket? Guys, it is very, very simple. Now look at it. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 things that you do. Unlike the direct linear equation, we have 2 things that we do. First, we collect like terms. Second, we divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable, if any. Now, in this case, we have 3 activities to perform. All right, we have 3 things to do. When we do these 3 things, or when we know these 3 things to do, then we will also become masters in solving problems under equations with bracket. Now, guys, what are these 3 things that must be done, or that I need to do anytime I have equations with bracket before me as a student or as a teacher? All right. Now, one is that the first operation that you performed, that you will perform, the first operation that you perform anytime you are dealing with linear equation with brackets, is that you must open the bracket, or in other words, you will remove the bracket. And understand that in mathematics, brackets means multiplication, right? Yes. Next is to collect like term. Third is to divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable. I come again. Number 1 thing you must do under equation with brackets is, first is to remove the brackets. Second is to collect like terms. Then third is to divide both sides by the coefficient of x, if any, or sorry, by the coefficient of the variable, if any. So now let's start solving the very first problem that we have before us. Now, question number 1, we are asked to solve 3 into 2x minus 3 is equal to 21. Guys, this is the first thing that we have here. See how amazing and how simple this is. Okay, now, what do we do here? We put down our solution, then repeat the question as it was given. 2x minus 3 is equal to 21. Now, this is the first thing that we have. All right. Now, what do we do? The first thing we do is to remove the bracket. So you can simply say removing the brackets. Now, in this case, we have 1 bracket, so we call it bracket. Removing the brackets. All right. Now, how do we remove the bracket? You remove bracket by using the factor you have outside the bracket to multiply all the terms inside the brackets. Are you there? So you use the factor you have outside the brackets to multiply all the numbers, all the terms inside the bracket. And understand that this factor must have a direct relation to the bracket. In other words, there should not be plus or minus in between this factor and the bracket. All right. So this is how it is. Now, when you look at this question, now this 3 is directly attached to the bracket. Therefore, we are going to use this 3 as a factor to expand this bracket. All right. So by so doing, we are going to say 3 times 2x. This will give us 6x. Are you there, guys? Yes. Now 3 times 3. Understand that this is 3 times minus 3, guys. You will have minus 9 is equal to 21. The result we have now has given us questions we will be solving since, which is what? Linear, direct linear equation. All right. So when we have this now, the next thing we quickly do is to collect like terms. We simply say now collect like terms. And what are the like terms here? We already know by standard, the ones that are by default, the ones that should be at the left hand side and those that should be at the right hand side. So therefore, hand side. Why 6x occupies the left hand side? Now 9 minus 9 and 21 we occupy the what? The right hand side. So we are going to have equal to. Now this is rightly positioned originally, is that correct? So you put down 21. Now, as minus 9 crosses from the left hand side to the right hand side, Rule number 3 must be what followed, which says positive. Sorry, which says what negative sign turns to positive. Therefore, we are going to have plus 9. Automatically, guys, this will give us 6x is equal to 21 plus 9, guys. This will give us 30. Of course, we cannot leave our answer like this. We are quickly going to divide both sides by the coefficient of x. Divide both sides by 6. Then I'm going to have 6x over 6 is equal to 30 over 6. Now, guys, 6 divided by 6, I have 1x, and 30 divided by 6, we have 5. This is the simple solvings for this particular question. You see how simple and how sweet it is. So, like I said, there are 3 operations that you perform here. 1 is to remove the bracket. 2 is to collect like terms. 3 is to divide both sides. If any, like this, we have the coefficient of s to be greater than 1. Then we divided both sides by the coefficient of the variable. Now we head on to the next page of our board and solve question number 2 on the board. All right. Now we are asked to solve 2x minus 3 into m plus 5, close the bracket, equal to what? Minus 10. It's as simple as this. So this is a question we have before us now. We have solution 2 minus 3 into m plus 5 is equal to minus 10. Guys, please pay attention to what I'm about to do here, all right? Or what we are about to do together, all right? Yes. Now, what do we do here? I know that this is 2 minus 3 before you have the bracket. Is that correct? That means we are going to be using this minus 3 to open the bracket because it is minus 3 that have a direct contact to the brackets. All right? Are you there? Yes. So you're not going to be taking just 3. We're going to say minus 3 open bracket m plus 5. So we are going to use minus 3 to open the bracket. So minus 3 here is the multiplicating factor. Are you there? Yes, the multiplication factor. The multiplication factor here is minus 3. So we simply say remove the brackets. Still one bracket. So we put down 2. Now, minus 3 times m, guys, we are going to have minus 3m. Minus 3 times plus 5, guys, we are going to have minus 15. Don't forget, minus times plus is minus. And plus times minus is also minus. Then it's equal to what? Minus 10. Guys, it's as simple as this. What do we do? The next thing we will simply do is to collect like terms. 3 operations. That's all. Only 3 steps. First, remove the bracket. Second, collect like term. Third, divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable, if any. Alright? Now, the next thing we do is to say collect like terms. So by standard, we know that 2 is a constant. Minus 15 is also a constant. Therefore, these 2 and minus 15, we need to take them to the right hand side because constants are meant to occupy the right hand side, while variables are meant to occupy the left hand side. So we are going to leave only minus 3 at the left hand side, while 5 and 15 we will take them to the right hand side because that is where they belong. Is that correct? Yes, that's where they belong. Then we are going to have minus 3m is equal to, this one is right in position, so just put down minus 10. As we move positive 2, understand that this is plus 2, right? Yes. So as you move plus 2 from the left hand side to the right hand side, it will become minus 2. And as you move minus 15 to the right hand side, it will become plus 15. Why this one obeys rule number 2, this obeys rule number 3. Guys, hope you got that. Yes. But the next thing we do is to put down minus 3m is equal to now minus 10 minus 2. Guys, will give us minus 2. Of course, you can input this in your calculator once and you will get the resulting outcome, alright? Of course, you can do that. Plus 15. This is all we have. Then this is going to give us minus 3m is equal to what? 3. Minus 12 plus 15, guys, is the same thing as 15 minus 12. Are you there? Minus 12 plus 15 is still the same thing as 15 minus 12. And 15 minus 12 is 3. Or minus 12 plus 15 is plus 3. Then we put down 3. And the next thing we will simply do is that we cannot leave our answer having the coefficient of s less than or greater than 1. Are we there? Which is the variable. So we are going to quickly divide both sides by the coefficient of m. And the coefficient of m here, guys, is -3. So we simply say divide both sides by -3. So we are going to have -3 m over -3 is equal to this 3 over -3. Guys, -3 divided by -3 is 1. Then we are going to have 1m is equal to, now understand that this is plus. So plus divided by minus is minus, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. Therefore, the answer to this very question is -1. Guys, this is amazing. So we are going to head on to the board and start looking at question number 3. All right, we're going to solve multiple questions, at least maybe 7 questions. Now, okay, guys, now we have question number 3 and question number 4 on the board. We are going to be solving them simultaneously, guys. Hope this is mind-blowing enough. Okay, now let's go. We have question number 3. We are asked to solve 3x minus 2 into 2x minus 8, close bracket, equal to 0. We are asked to solve, meaning we are asked to find x, 1x, right? Yes, 1x. So what do? First, we put down our solution. Then we repeat the question, 3x minus 2 into 2x minus 8, all equal to 0. Then the next thing we are quickly going to do very quickly, guys, is that we are going to remove the brackets. Understand that this is the equation with brackets, and if we come with bracket as usual, like I said. So we are going to remove the bracket, and now also we have only one bracket in this question. We are going to have multiple questions like where we have multiple brackets, like question number 4, right? Yes, I know you are anticipating for that session of class. Now let's go with this. So now we know that this is -3 minus 2 into. Are you there? So we are going to be removing this bracket by -2 because 2 is the multiplication factor here that we will use to remove this bracket. And how do we do that? We will simply put down first, remove the brackets. Alright, guys, yes. Now what do? We put down this 3x minus 2 times 2x, guys. We are going to have -4x. Minus 2 times plus 2x. We are going to have -4x. And -2 times minus. Alright, yes. -2 times -8, guys. We are going to have plus 16. Then equal to 0. Guys, what do? The next thing we do is what? To collect like terms. Guys, this is very simple. Very simple. Very, very simple, guys. So simple. Now, the next thing we do is that we will simply say collect like terms. So by collecting like terms, we therefore means that variables should occupy the left hand side and constants should go to the right hand side. Is that correct? So the only variable that the variables that we have here now is 3x minus 4s. Guys, you remember that the 3s and minus 4s, they are both at the left hand side already. So that means none of their signs is going to change. Are we there? Yes. In as much as they are not crossing any of the sign of the equality, they are not crossing from left to the right or from right to the left, they will still maintain their original signs. Therefore, it's equal to, now this would have given us 0, as plus 16 crosses the sign of the equality, we are going to have minus 16. Guys, it's as simple as this. Then the next thing we quickly do is that 3 minus 4x. Are we there? Yes. 3x minus 4x will give us minus x. Like I told us before, I said anytime you are removing a bigger number from a smaller number, you are going to have a negative outcome. So minus, when we remove 4x from 3x, guys, we will have minus x. Then 0 minus 16, we have minus 16. Then the next thing we will simply do, guys, is to divide both sides by the coefficient of x. You may ask, the x here does not have a value greater than 1. Of course, it has a value less than 1. Because this is minus 1x, and we do not want the negative to be there. We only need x. So what do? We will simply divide both sides by -1. Are we there? Yes. We now say, guys, divide both sides by -1. Guys, we're going to have this as minus x over -1 is equal to minus 16 over -1. Minus divided by minus is plus, and x divided by 1 is 1. So this is 1x is equals to minus divided by minus is plus, and 16 divided by 1 is 16. Guys, this is the very answer to this question. Linear equations with brackets is very, very simple to solve, but it is only easy for those who knows the principle. This is question number 4. And question number 4, we are asked to solve 2 open bracket 2y minus 5 close bracket is equal to 3 open bracket y minus 6 close bracket. Guys, we are asked to solve this, and it's very, very simple. Now, in this question, we have 2 brackets. Are we there? Yes, we have 2 brackets. So this is solution. And by this, we have 2 into 2y minus 5 is equal to 3 into y minus 6. So guys, what do? The first thing we do with equation with bracket, like I always say, and I've told you before in our previous class, or I've told you before, is that you need to remove the bracket. That is the first step. The first thing you will always do anytime you are dealing with equations with brackets. The first thing you do is to remove the bracket. And what do you remove the bracket with? You remove the bracket with the the multiplication factor. And the multiplication factor of any bracket is the number that is rightly in front of the bracket without plus or minus in between them. All right. So in this case, now the multiplication factor here is 2. While for the second bracket, the multiplication factor is 3. And that multiplication factor, we multiply everything inside the bracket. Are you there? So we simply say now, step 1, we remove the brackets. So in this case now, this is now brackets. Then 2 times 2y, we are going to have 4y, guys. And 2 times minus 5, we are going to have minus 10 is equal to 3 times y, we are going to have 3y. And 3 times minus 6, we are going to have minus 18. Now that we have removed the bracket, the next thing we do is to collect like terms. Then we have collect like terms. And by collecting like terms, we have 4y is a variable. All the variables we occupy the left hand side, while all the constants we occupy the right hand side. So by so doing, we will take any of these 10 that carries y to the left. Now I have 4y already at the left, but 3y is at the right hand side. So what do? I need to what? Take 3y from the right hand side to the left hand side. And understand that rule number 2 states, anytime a positive sign crosses the sign of equality, it must change to the opposite sign. So when we take plus 3y from right to left, we are going to have minus 3y. Now we are done with the variable. Then we can pull down our equal to. Now to the right hand side, we have minus 18 existing there, right? So we put down the minus 18. Then we will come to the left hand side. At the left hand side, we also have a constant which is minus 10. And understand that from rule number 3, anytime you collect like terms and you are moving a negative sign from left to right or from right to left, negative must change to positive. Then we are going to have minus 10 become plus 10. Then the next thing we do is to simply remove 3 yams from 4 yams, right? If y is a yam, then I have 4 yam minus 3 yams. Then if I remove 3 yams from 4 yams, guys, I'm going to have only 1 yam left. Is that correct? Yes. So I'm going to have 1 y, or we don't put down the 1. It's invisible. Then we now have minus 18 plus 10, guys. Minus 18 is bigger than what? Plus 10. And I explained earlier that anytime you are removing a bigger number from a smaller number, your outcome will be negative. So put it at the back of your mind now that the resulting outcome here is going to be negative. So minus 18 plus 10 will have given us minus 8. This is the scenario. You are owing somebody 18 naira, and today now you gain 10 naira. Now if you give the 10 naira that you have to the person you are owing 18 naira, hope you still be owing the person 8 naira, and that's the reason why we are going to have minus here. Are we there? So we are going to have this as minus 8. Now guys, we are going to stop here. Why? Because the coefficient of y is already 1. So there is no need for us to divide both sides by the coefficient of y. So it is not in every question that we solve that we divide both sides. And that's why I stated in rule number 4 that we only divide both sides when the coefficient of the variable is less than or more than the 1. Is that correct? So guys, I will see you In the next video, which will be question number 5, guys, I know you will be anticipating to know what question number 5 will look like. Please, if you are done with this video, just go to the description and you will see the next video, which will explain problem solved from question number 5 to question number 7. Love you all. Class rep.